Hey guys, so we're going to go over a morning mobility routine. So the mobility does a couple things, increases range of motion, and also in all of the joints, we want to really just get some movement in there, synovial fluid going, brings a lot of good nutrition stuff in there, lubricates the joints, and just keeps us going nice and well, and balances out a lot of stuff with the muscles. So first thing is just simple, right? In the morning, I like to just kind of just get a little bit, just like a standing hamstring, right? Doesn't have to be long, but just enough to kind of strengthen or loosen a little bit up, right? Don't really need to go more than about 10 seconds or so. Just kind of get that going. From there, I go into kind of just some side lunges, right? You can have your body up or down, you can feel it, but we're really working on these adductor muscles on the inside, right? Inside of the groin, kind of just going back and forth and working that hip a little bit too. And so you can kind of stretch move your legs further apart as you're going. You can even get down if you want, and that works well. My inside's always tight, so it's just a good way for me to at least do that. Okay, from there, I like to go kind of into a kneeling lunge and come up. The key to this is that we're keeping our torso upright, so we're not coming forward like this. Nice upright, and then notice that we lean forward slightly, get that stretch in there. You can also put your hands up, and you'll feel that in the psoas, kind of up in this lower ab area as well. And these are these hip flexors that kind of run across the front of the hip. So it's easy to do both sides. You can hold a lot of these for as long as you want. We're gonna kind of go through rather quickly though. You also can always break the stretch and then come back into it. And sometimes doing that, you'll actually go a little bit further. It has to do with the different gangly tendon organs and muscle spindles and all these kind of nerdy things. All right, from there, we want to do the inside or outside of the hip now, right? My favorite is gonna be a pigeon stretch. So we come into a pigeon stretch like this, right? You can, another angle would be here. So you're really bringing the foot across. From the side, it looks a little bit more like this. So you can be up, shifting your weight around, moving into it, out of it, wherever you feel like you need it. There's gonna be a lot of your piriformis modified type movements. They're gonna hit a lot of that outside glute muscle in your glute. So they're great. You can hold this for quite a while. If you have IT band issues, this is one thing you wanna do every day. And whatever you do one side, you wanna do the other, right? It's the same thing. Sometimes a little sore right now, so I'm gonna be up more. Other times, I'll get nice and low. And the foot angle position you can mess with too. From there, since we're already on the ground, I like to come in and just do some mobility in the lower back. It can also work some of those hip flexors as well, from your abs, but also that lower back. And you can always twist and look side to side as well, get some rotational in. From there, it's easy to go into kind of like a quad stretch. So there's two general variations for everything. One is going to be a straight knee. That's going to really hit your gastro, which is this medial upper calf muscle that you have, right? And when you bend the knee, you're really going to get the soleus, which lies underneath more. And so the soleus, when you bend the knee, it turns off the gastroc because of where it inserts. And it's going to stretch that lower soleus, which is used a lot in stability, which is obviously huge. And so there, you can kind of bounce back and forth. You can hold one or the other, whatever you need. Do both straight and bent. Really feel those out. Like my right, I can tell is tighter than my left. So I'm going to work that a little bit, right? And from there, I like to go into this here. So my toes are underneath, so my weight's on my toes. And what I'm doing is I'm stretching my arches. You can come up and kind of mess around with it. You can come back, shift your weight around. And I'm also gonna feel it coming up into that Achilles a bit. And so this is just very light, you know, I'm not gonna stretch this for a long, long time. But all it is just kind of getting it movement in there, getting some things moving around, trying to get some fluids pushed in. Just get a tiny bit of light stretching. Nothing where we want to stretch too much. You're going to lose a lot of power in there, but enough where you're going to avoid any injuries, especially if you have a history of any of those. It can sometimes help quite a bit, right? Boom. From there, now what we want to do is we're going to do a lot of hip and back mobility stuff, right? One I love is come down like this, twist and look back, come down and up. I'm bending this elbow a little to get down because I'm a little tight today. Same thing on this side. If you prefer to extend the arm, you can, however you want to do it, but I'm really feeling opening up those hips quite a bit. Just 5 to 10 feels really good. Next, coming down, and I'm going to take my elbow, tuck it and squeeze it with my legs, and then I'm twisting my back. This is a lot of thoracic movement. The thoracic, you have your neck, which is your cervical, then you have your thoracic, which is your middle of the back and kind of the big hump, and then your lumbar, which is your lower back. And that thoracic is really important for rotation. When it seizes up or it gets tight, which happens a lot because we're often not rotating in daily life, it can cause a lot of issues on that lower back and in the neck. For me personally, I've had cervical issues from, humping stuff in Ranger school, like heavy weight and in Afghanistan, all that really just messed it up. And so my thoracic gets super tight, and then I have to really twist my neck more to compensate. Causes issues, right? Most people though have tight thoracic, and so if you're having lower back or neck issues, that thoracic is something that you really want to target every day. All right, next one. 90 degree, arms out, and side to side. This is going to really hit that lower thoracic, but also that lumbar and that hip. You might get some pops, that's okay. And then from there, it's easy just to go single leg over, hold it for a bit, hitting that kind of lower back end, that outside hip, that glute med, your piriformis, all these different entities. From there, the favorite are the 90s, right? So 90 degree, and we rotate. Now when you rotate, the key is you can rotate your back as well. So you rotate this way and this way. And then when you feel good, you pop up the hips. And what this is doing a lot of things. You also can push off this back foot, and you can lift the foot up. Just hold it there as you're twisting sometimes. And what we're doing is we're really just getting the hip joint to articulate and move. And so in doing that, we're getting, again, a lot of that synovial fluid in all these joints through the spine, everything we're doing that way, which works great. From there, you easily can do some upper body stretches as well. So, some easy things to do are to push up against a wall and just simply rotate your body out. And so now I am simply getting a nice little pec stretch in and that shoulder. And you do both sides, obviously. Leaning the body in, getting that in there, which is great. This is also good for when you're coming off of paddles. You can easily grab onto the door, lower your body, and get a little lat stretch in. Another one is to come and push out that upper back. And then obviously any type of shoulder movement as well. Circles, little circles. We'll hit a rotator cuff protocol with bands in another video. Neck, what we're really looking at is just a lot of rotational stuff. And then I like to finish with just a little bit of glute. Come in. So I'm coming in, and I can also pull back and in a few times. We're focused more on just a few seconds for each one. So we're not trying to do formal stretching where we're gonna do 30 plus seconds and we're elongating muscle fibers. That's gonna slow us down. What we wanna do is just make sure we're feeling good, mobile, get stuff moving, feel really good in the morning. So that's that routine. Yeah, I would say do that every day, and you can do tons of variations. So tons of exercises you can do and tons of things, and you get some sweet hair sweat going if it's really humid out. And yeah, so thank you guys.